Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What are your thoughts on South Park's response, which was #eat a bag of dicks, to Homeland Security attempting to use them to promote ICE? One amendment was made for this. Yes, I am sure Madison and Hamilton were thinking about telling King George to eat a bag of dicks, lol. History would have been more entertaining in school if they had. The Declaration of Independence is exactly that, but with more appropriate language. Eat shit old man, we're starting a new country, would have been just as effective at starting a war, but not as powerful to hear about for 200 years. South Park has been telling everyone that for 30-ish years. They are an equal opportunity offender. That was my same thought. If someone reached out from the Save All Puppies Foundation, they would likely say the same thing, maybe a little nicer though. #EATA bag of treats. I'm not even thinking about the response. I'm thinking how stupid we look as a country when our federal government uses memes and jokes on social media. We look like a bunch of clowns. We have a bunch of idiots in office elected by a bunch of people who don't seem to be able to comprehend anything more than a stupid meme. The fact there's nobody in the chain of command around to say, we better not, is just a clear indication that the admin is full of 4chan racist trolls. Fun fact, South Park already parodied ICE and the detention centers in the episode, Mexican Joker, where Cartman decides it's fun and cool to be able to call them on anybody who annoys him, which he immediately does to Kyle. On the nose criticism ensues. It's from 2019 season 23 episode 1 if anybody wants to have a watch. They parodied immigration scapegoating back in 2004. D took her jobs. I think anyone who works for ICE can eat a bag of dicks. I think anyone who works for ICE is one of the limp, smegma-encrusted dicks in said bag. If you work for ICE you're a bag of dicks. You think it's bad now, just wait until the massive expansion of their budget hits in 2026. There's going to be a massive increase in budget and staffing where the qualifications for the latter are 1, are you racist? And 2, do you have undying loyalty to Trump? If the answer is yes to both questions you are hired. This needs more attention. The absolute fuckery of this administration is only in its infancy. The inundate legislation so the libs can't stop them all tactics are just the opening salvo. They are just working the body right now, softening us up and laying the groundwork for what they hope will be the knockout punch. Wait until you see what they have planned for the midterms. Make no mistake, kids. We are witnessing the beginning of a second civil war, and child rapist-in-chief and his lackeys will likely embroil us in some other conflict in an attempt to hide stranglehold measures that ensure their full control of the military before the deployed troops here at home. I don't think ICE should get a bag. They should eat 'em off the ground. Bore on the floor. God, that episode was good. Take my upvote, clapping hands, light skin tone. Of all the politically satirical cartoons they could have asked, they approached South Park. And they thought they'd get literally any other response. Bro, they were smoking something that day. They didn't ask. They just used their images to promote ICE on their Twitter account. South Park didn't take kindly to it. And we don't take kindly to folks that don't take kindly, round here. Funny, you assuming part of the government would do something well-intentioned like reaching out to a creator for consent. That would be wild, wouldn't it? Consent is something that very few in this administration have ever cared about or asked for. They need to keep up the full-court press on this regime. Satire and comedy seems to be the only weapon that can possibly start to shake up people's view of things these days. Agree. If you try to explain to Trump supporters what's actually happening, aka limiting our freedoms, making things more expensive for no reason through tariffs, and deporting immigrants who actually participate in the economy, they think you're just some know-it-all commie liberal working for China. A lot of them thought South Park is on their side because they don't understand that the trans athlete episode was a parody of the hysteria over trans athletes, not a criticism of trans athletes themselves. But now South Park is directly making fun of them. I think they might take it personally. South Park is becoming more and more mainstream as they outwardly oppose the Trump administration. Even people that have never liked or understood the show are giving them credit. Frankly, they're calling it as they see it, and I respect that. Like they always have. The best part about it is nobody can call it woke nonsense or anything else, because South Park has never been woke. It is South Park, for better or worse, and I hope they never change. What the fuck does woke mean anymore? A show that is aware and makes fun of societal issues, exploitation and the issues living in the USA. They did episodes about NCAA athletes, Amazon and countless others. How is this show not aware of social issues? But South Park is a huge franchise that spans 28 years. They are as mainstream as it gets. I hear they are taking them on in the new episode and I can't wait. ICE and giant piss baby Charlie Kirk. Man, I hope they make his face smaller with each scene, episode. The new episode airs today, and I'm very much looking forward to it. If people haven't seen the first episode, you'll have a good time, LMAO. Respect. I think this is the type of energy we need to meet this regime. Thorn, Mocky, and civil disobedience. I'm surprised they were that tame in their reply. They could have gone so much worse. I am sure they will make some mention in their next episode to make a more expressive point. Wait for the episode to drop. I think that will do the talking. Very dangerous for ICE to tweak the South Park dragon's tail. I'd say what were they thinking, except that's no their strong suit. Always a good response to MAGA authoritarianism. It was far too polite. I hope they continue to skewer any replies by the administration. They've always been equal opportunity in targeting the right and left, but come on, the Trump administration and MAGA give them so much ready-made material every week, they'd have a tough time keeping up even if they used a lot of it. I hope Matt and Trey really continue to go after him. I know it's not usually an overtly political show, but these are not usual times. He's in the public consciousness all the time like no president before him, deserves the skewering like none before him, and loves attention, so give it to him. I think the huge response to the first episode probably helped them decide it should be a green light to do more of the same. ICE will eventually disbanded and the participants labeled as Nazis and worse, as traitors. That's some wishful thinking. The USA has a history of just letting the traitors rejoin society. Like instead of punishing any of the Confederate leaders we just let them all say sorry and go back to normal life. I'm in awe of your optimism. Here's hoping the Nuremberg trials to Electric Boogaloo will throw all of these traitorous cunts under the alligator Auschwitz. It's about time Trey and Matt called out the people who like South Park for the wrong reasons. Turning a government recruitment post into a punchline with #EatABagOfDicks is peak satire, especially after being called irrelevant by the same administration. LMAO right. This administration is truly dumber than a bag of dicks. We're all collectively being way too nice about ICE. Can we please fucking stop with the "what are your thoughts on" insert recent American political incident threads? DHS can eat 2 bags of dicks. Too expensive with the bag of dicks tariff. Not in this economy. Don't let the Epstein press die down. Keep it in the news cycle. My thoughts are a Twitter post is entertaining, but until that blow-up doll in Mil Sim cosplay is arrested and ICE disbanded, it doesn't really mean much. If it helps turn the tides, I welcome it, but I'm not treating a social media post like it makes that much of a difference. And I also agree that ICE can definitely eat a bag of dicks. Hats off to them. I really hope that because of this that they add a character to the show that is an actual bag of dicks, and that he gets eaten. What's my thought? Good, I say. More folks should tell DHS and this whole administration to EABOD. Brilliant. Surprise, surprise. MAGA can't tell when they're being made fun of. These lazy, "what do you think about American political bullshit" threads are getting really old quick. Every subreddit is just non-stop political themed snooze posts now cause it gets easy clicks, might be a concerted push by the Reddit algo. Remember the Ukrainian war? Reddit algo doesn't used to be every second post now topic barely crosses 1K upvotes cause algo won't push it to PPL. I think ICE should #EatABagOfDicks. A bit needlessly polite. I'd rather they sued them for copyright infringement. Say for 1.5 billion or so. Homeland Security attempting to co-opt South Park as an ad promoter shows a shocking lack of intellect and social awareness. Even for them. Does anyone else remember when calling yourself a South Park Republican was a thing? When I was in high school in the 2000s it was a way to say that you were conservative but not one of those conservatives because you could still be edgy and offend everyone. I have a feeling that a lot of these ICE agents think that's still an appropriate way to define your politics as a grown-ass man. Anyone else sick of these low-hanging pandering Askreddit posts? Hey Reddit, what does everyone think of this extremely popular show making fun of an organization everyone hates? Reddit Frems, what does everyone think of Trump doing lots of illegal things and hiding the evidence? Quote. I think they're way too polite and respectful towards ICE. Too mild. I don't see the issue. South Park, famous for making fun of everyone, makes fun of ICE and the one deaf idiots try to use an image intended to criticize them as pro-ICE advertising, propaganda. They absolutely should go eat a bag of dicks. It'd biker Hitler using Dr. Seuss's anti-Nazi political cartoons to recruit children to be Nazis. My thought is that low-effort questions like these are annoying. Might as well just be a direct link to the comments on the dozen posts already made about the topic in other subs. Goated. I wish more Americans would take the same position against ICE and this administration. ICE, disappearing thousands of innocent people to concentration camps, soon to be millions by presidential decree. South Park calls them a mean name after being bought by a company that forced CBS to cancel The Late Show to appease Trump. It's nice and all, but kind of hard to celebrate the symbolic victories when the neo-Nazis have all the non-symbolic victories. I think it's glorious and the reason why we have the First Amendment. Plus South Park said it best years ago. Either it's all okay or none of it is. I think you're a karma farmer asking dumb questions. The First Amendment was made for this. It wasn't strong enough. Pay attention to what they do with Cartman lol. I concur, ICE can eat a bag of dicks. Is this the market research subreddit now? I keep getting recommended the most obvious promo posts. They are the ones who move the line and have always lived beyond it. Honestly, the bravest creators in my opinion. Fantastic.